Welcome to another episode of TheWave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. I was going to say it's the weekly news and chat show from Bottom of the Stream, which it still is.
Yeah.
Sorry, the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast. But
it's a little bit different this week.
Yeah, because we're on off season.
Yeah, we're not in a season.
Our 2 weeks off season.
We have 2 weeks a year where we're not in season. In season, is that right?
No, so you'll have like.
I don't have 2 weeks.
You'll be getting mounted by stuff if you say.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
I suppose not. Oh, it's gone wrong already.
Well, it's been a while. We've not seen each other for 2 weeks. We've not done anything.
Think so.
We've not done a podcast for 2 weeks.
No.
Had a week off.
I know.
Did you have a nice week off?
I had a fantastic time.
Yeah, good. It felt quite nicely because it was a very busy week.
Yes.
There was a lot going on for both of us, I think, and it felt quite nicely.
Yeah, I got to go and see my kids in a dancing show, which was
it good?
Very good. Yeah, it was excellent.
How did they get on?
They're very good.
Good.
Yeah, they were really good.
I know they're really good. I was just wondering how the show was.
It was great. I mean,
good.
It's one of those, isn't it, where you're like,
it's kids.
I'm here for 2 hours. My kids are in about half an hour of it.
Just have to make the best of it.
Sit quietly and
eat some Maltesers and
be alone with my thoughts for the, for the rest of it.
Good.
So what are we doing today?
We are doing a mini wave.
A mini wave.
Wait, is it a mini wave? I guess it's like a special edition of the wave.
Literally no idea how long this will last.
No, we've never done this before. So we're going to start off as normal with a bit of news,
a
bit of top of the stream stuff, and then we've got the Wildcard winners movie thing.
Yeah,
I guess. So basically, if you win the Wildcard competition that we run every season, you get to pick any film from the history of time for us to watch, and we'll do a little mini chat about it.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're going to do at the end of this one.
Yeah.
So we're not going to extend our odds into, where are we at Kiss Me First? Like
2 episodes left.
2 left? Okay. So we're not going to do that this week. We're just going to talk about the film that Samuel Holland has picked for us.
As his prize.
As his prize.
He's made me watch this movie.
Yeah. Thanks, Sam. It's an interesting one. So we'll get to that at the end, but I guess we just start with where we normally start. Just wave on.
Got some news.
You got some Netflix news?
Are we going straight to news? Have you done? Is there anything you've done this week?
Painted my deck in.
Lovely.
If you have a
I'm
look
just
out the
gonna
window.
Have a look. Yes, I can confirm.
What used to be cream is now grey.
Yeah.
So it's not quite finished yet. So I've still got some touching up to do, but other than that, it's nearly there. I've also brought a greenhouse, which you'll also see if you look out the window.
I can confirm.
Some stuff in it. I've spent quite a lot of money on my garden.
What are you going to grow?
I'm going to grow chilies, tomatoes, and lettuces.
Nice.
Chilies and tomatoes mainly because of pizza sauce. I'm going to make my own pizza sauce from my own grown tomatoes.
And lettuce sauce.
Because I quite like it. Lettuce. Although I don't think it's doing very well. It looks a bit withered. And then it went in last Saturday.
It's chilly.
It is chilly. So yeah, I spent quite a lot of money on my garden recently with the new lawnmower purchase a while back. And
brilliant.
Now that all the decking stuff. The paint for the decking is £50 a tin.
Oh my word.
I know. Nearly had a heart attack. So yeah, I've been
my lawnmower broke.
Did it?
Yeah.
You want one? I've got one downstairs.
Well, I fixed it. I got a part and I fixed it.
Well done. Very manly of you. What was broke about it?
The rope and that whole mechanism. The starting
was it a petrol
rope.
one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I got a new top bit.
Cool. Well done.
It was like, do I try this for 20 quid? Yeah, I'm going to try it.
And it worked?
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's the most boring conversation I've probably
It was
ever
a
had.
little bit. Been out for dinner twice this week.
Oh, nice.
So that's been all right. Seen some people. Went to the cinema on, what day is it today?
Today, it's Thursday.
So I went to the cinema on Monday.
Okay, I have also been to the cinema since I've last seen you, so we'll reference
get to that as well. So yeah, we've done quite a bit in the last couple of weeks.
Nice.
Cool. So shall we get into some news then?
Crack on with some news. I know. I don't have to ask you.
Which one am I starting?
The bottom.
Okay, start at the bottom. Of course we will.
I know that I don't have to ask you if you like dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs. Who doesn't love dinosaurs?
Well, exactly. Some no fun people.
Everybody loves dinosaurs. Are we talking about dinosaurs?
Because Jurassic World Dominion is out this summer.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And the director of said forthcoming film, Colin Trevorrow,
yeah,
has posted on Twitter, I'm a nerd, I also like dinosaurs and I like maps. A map of North American dinosaur sightings.
Oh, okay. Because
they're all out there, man.
Yeah, in the film, the dinosaurs have escaped the island nebula.
Yeah. So
excellent. So there's a map of where they've all been.
Yeah, across North America, what has been sighted where?
Cool. There's quite a lot about, isn't there?
How are you excited for this movie? To see
I
dinosaurs
love
shanking around.
Of course I am.
Catching a subway.
Ever since Jurassic Park came out all those many years ago,
hot dog.
We've all just wanted to see dinosaurs invading the real world, surely.
Yeah.
That's what we've always wanted. We knew it was coming eventually. So it feels like we're getting an end of the story, maybe?
I want it to go full on and end with like Chris Pratt astride a velociraptor.
Yeah, that's definitely got to happen.
Going into battle like some sort of dinosaur riding cowboy.
Yeah, if that doesn't happen, then this film's a disaster. No, I feel like it's the whole of the Jurassic Park series has been coming to this situation.
Sam Neill's gonna Fred Flintstone down a brontosaurus neck.
It's got to be batshit crazy. It's got to be.
You got to go out with a bang, hasn't he, Colin? He's you throw everything at the wall.
Yeah, why not? See what sticks. No, I am looking forward to it. I've always had a soft spot. I love Jurassic Park. It's one of my favourite films of all time. But obviously the rest of them are not great.
Was this like
this? But then they just leave your brain at the door. Little Pizza and a Magnum films, aren't they?
What is this? The 6th Jurassic Park movie? 7th? 6th or 7th?
This is the 3rd one in this trilogy, isn't it? It says 6.
It's crazy.
Madness.
Yeah.
Madness.
Well, there you go.
I'm excited.
Check that out on Twitter. Colin Trevor Rowe's Twitter account. You can find a map of dinosaurs. You can go look for them if you want. It's not real, but you know,
why not?
Have a go.
It's a bit of artwork that somebody's made for him. It's quite liked.
Do you like J.J. Abrams?
Yes. Correct.
Do
the
you
best
like
TV show of all time?
Toys?
Yes.
Do you like cars?
I could take or leave a car.
Do you like car toys? Because J.J. Abrams is signed up to produce a Hot Wheels movie.
Okay, that's interesting.
Please tell me in what way this will not be like the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, surely that's all it's going to be. But JJ likes to make things a little bit wacky, doesn't he? So
I suppose so.
Maybe there'll be no drivers. Maybe it's just the cars. Maybe
Yeah.
it's like live action cars, the movie Cars.
Okay.
Live action.
What, with like eyes on their
Yeah.
headlights and stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like a bit like Transformers that don't transform. Just cars.
I didn't mind Transformers when I was a kid as a cartoon. I don't like the movies.
I don't think they're very good at all.
I preferred though as a crappy 80s cartoon, Mask, which was when vehicles transformed into other vehicles.
Yeah.
How was in all the remakes and creative shortage in Hollywood, how was Mask the movie never happened?
Very good point. How has that never come back?
Yeah.
That's a good point. I wonder if
Someone do that, please.
Somebody randomly owns the franchise.
Someone must do.
Somebody will own it.
Anyway, J.J. Abrams' production company, Bad Robot, is going to try and get Hot Wheels, the movie, going. Apparently, there have been lots of attempts to do this previously. Sony, Legendary, and Warner Brothers have all failed to get a Hot Wheels movie off the ground.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's had McGee, Simon Crane, Justin Lin, who very famous for the Fast and the Furious, try to get something going. It's not happened. So there we go. Let's see if
anybody can do
Abrams can do it.
JJ can do it. If anybody can do it.
I did a great job with Star Wars, didn't he? So
I just had a little horrible moment there that I didn't press record, but I have, so we're good.
Well, there you go. It's good to be back in the saddle and ride that line of worry.
I'm always worrying.
The most unsurprising news, I think, in the last couple of weeks, but it is now official. Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves are both back on board. It is official. There will be the Batman sequel.
Yeah, I think that was definitely always going to happen.
Do you know what did happen?
What?
That it was on the bubble.
Yeah.
Should we do it? Should we not? I know it's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But there's that Adam guy on that Bottom of the Stream podcast who keeps saying, I'm not sure if I'm going to go and watch that movie or not. And when you said, no, I'm going.
And then I actually really enjoyed it.
That was enough for them to give it the green light, I think.
I think you're probably right. I feel like I have that sort of sway.
Yeah, 100%.
You reckon?
100%. So yeah, I think
to think how long it's going to be.
Well, I think it'll be 2024 at least.
Yeah, it's going to be
when it comes out.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, being annoying on purpose. Well, look, it made $759 million and counting. So it's got to be bigger and bolder and longer than the last one, surely.
It can't be longer. That one's 3 hours long. Good. I'm glad. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good universe that he'd got going there.
I hope My request would be don't go down the Nolan template.
Yeah.
Don't do the Joker in the second film.
No. I think the Joker's been done to death.
Yeah.
Where would
we all know Jared Leto ruined that enough for all of us.
Jared Leto just ruined
everything.
Lives, allegedly.
Do
you want a Robin? How does that work?
Well, it's never been done.
No.
Well,
Nolan teased it, didn't he, a little bit, but never actually did it. What if you could do it
in live action? So maybe.
I suppose there's 80 years of history to go out. There's loads of stories you could go for.
I think you could do a lot worse than doing, regardless of which villain you get in the second one, or the. I didn't play that many computer games, but I played the second Batman one.
Yeah,
and when they're really good. Like when the Joker's just setting stuff for you all around the city. But do that later. Do it if you're going to do a couple more movies. Do it at the end. That should be the climactical movie. Wasn't that one of the biggest problems with Nolan's trilogies? You did that second.
Yeah, when Joker.
And then everyone. Yeah, and then Bane's just like, well, a bit of an anticlimax.
Not the Joker, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. Although he will just go for the Joker. He teased it in this one, so he's definitely going to do it. Yeah. Cool. Next.
Netflix
this
news.
One?
Yeah. We've talked a bit about Netflix games.
Yeah.
Netflix have said that by the end of the year, they want to have 50 games on Netflix games.
Wow, okay.
We are currently at 17 for context.
Oh, really? I didn't realise there was even that many.
I haven't checked for a while.
No, I haven't, to be fair.
They have also announced that they have signed up and are developing a TV show based on the Exploding Kittens board game.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
And a mobile game.
That's exciting.
So they're going all in on that property on multiple fronts.
Can't fault them.
We played that, didn't we? A few months ago.
We did. Yeah, it's good. It's good fun. It is good fun.
Yeah. So 50 games by the end of the year.
Good.
Have you used it much? No. I really haven't.
I've literally only used it for enough to check a few out on here.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't even think about it, to be honest. But then I don't play a lot of mobile games.
No, same.
I don't have a lot of time for that sort of thing, unfortunately. But no, good for them. People are obviously doing it. Trivia Quest was quite successful, I think, as well.
Did you ever go back to that?
No.
No, me neither.
I think it was quite a successful experiment. They've got to do what they can to keep people interested, haven't they? Do what they can to keep people on the system, on the service.
Got to, keep people. If the price is going up,
keeps going up. The rate is going up.
Give them those games.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, we can talk briefly about the Netflix controversy, which happened as soon as we went off air for the
literally
season finale.
The most Netflix has ever been in the news since we've been doing this podcast is the week that we had off.
I would put a big asterisk behind the sort of. I've seen so many. Is this the end of streaming? Is this the end of Netflix articles?
Yeah.
When there should be a bit of an asterisk next to the stat, because yes, Netflix have lost 200,000 subscribers in the first quarter of this year. But if you actually read into it a little bit more, they added 500,000 new subscribers and lost 700,000 subscribers by pulling out of Russia.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. So the news media of everybody's always against Netflix in the media, and it feels like you just try and spin a story in that direction.
Yeah. However, the reason the stock has plummeted so much is that Netflix themselves have said they expect to lose up to 2 million this year. That's the real headline, not the headline that's actually been a headline.
No. And there's no debate in the fact that people are unsubscribing. I know at least 2 people that have unsubscribed to Netflix recently. People are unsubscribing. But I don't necessarily think it's all Netflix's fault. The people are unsubscribing because people haven't got any money. And luxuries are the first things to go.
Yeah.
And
there's a world in economic turmoil through various corrupt governments and
there's all sorts of shit kicking off.
Exactly.
Is what you're trying to say. And admittedly, Netflix is not as an attractive a prospect as it was a few years ago. They're not getting new release movies anymore. They're purely concentrating on their own stuff.
And Ryan Reynolds.
And Ryan Reynolds is on it a lot. But it isn't the prospect. It isn't the streaming service that it was a few years ago. But there's still so much good stuff on Netflix.
Yeah,
you just need to find it.
Yeah,
You've got to be down. And that's what we're here for.
Follow
us. We'll find it for you.
You've also got a bit of a lag because things like Russian Doll, which hit last week, Stranger Things, which is out in a couple of months. It's been 3 years since the last season.
The pandemic
because of the pandemic
as well. Yeah. That's really not helped them.
Yeah, you can't profit and benefit from shooting your bolt early when you had a captive audience sat at home and then not expect it to catch up with you at some point.
Of course you
that's
can't.
what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. They had the most massive amount of subscribers when the pandemic hit.
Yeah,
and people will pull away from that now. They don't need it anymore. But
yeah,
I don't know.
And then you've got something like Disney, which is only now, you would probably say, because for the same reason of catching up back with that lag.
Yeah,
starting to throw big series on often because again, there wasn't that much there to start with.
No, there wasn't.
Obviously, there's the library, but yeah.
I mean, the price increases are not good. They seem to be coming too regularly, and I think it's £15.99 now for the top service, which is a lot of money. And now they're saying it's like this week they just thought, shit, we'll just throw all the bad news out there, because then they said, well, we're going to put some adverts on there as well for the lowest 2 tiers of.
I think it's a good option.
Yeah, it's been coming for a while.
Disney have said they're looking at the same thing. So.
Yeah, but nobody's reporting that. Everybody's like, Netflix is going to give you adverts. Nobody's going, well, so are Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So are Amazon. Amazon already do.
Exactly.
And I don't think it's that big a deal, but I can understand why people are annoyed about it. It just depends how and where they go.
I can remember when you didn't have adverts on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If they do it like the YouTube model where you can skip it after a few seconds, that wouldn't bother me in the slightest. But I don't know. I feel like everybody was being negative on Netflix, so they just thought, well,
they had them stories in the chamber ready to go. Didn't they?
Let's just throw all the bad shit out there.
Look, we've been as critical as anyone of Netflix at times.
Yeah, I completely get it.
But there's definitely been a bit of lazy journalism around this.
100%.
The real lead's been buried a bit.
Yeah, 100%. Then today it's been announced that, the government were trying to get Ofcom to regulate them again.
Yeah.
Or for the first time, which is interesting as well. Yeah. So that's going to... Netflix seemed to be keen for it, but I don't know. I feel like it's Ofcom that needs rebuilding rather than get the modern ways that we consume.
Not fit a new thing to an old model.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. There's a modern way that we're consuming media now, and you're trying to fit that to Ofcom, whereas it should be Ofcom that's evolving.
Exactly.
But that's not going to happen, unfortunately. But yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks, but like you say, I think the media have blown it a lot more than it needed to be.
A bit. I mean, I've read some articles saying, as a result of this, all these shows have been cancelled, and I'm sitting there thinking, no, Netflix always cancelled shows.
Netflix have always done that. and people who say, oh, I've cancelled my subscription because Archive 81's been cancelled. Archive 81 had finished anyway.
Yeah.
It was going to be 2 years before you got a new series. That just isn't the reason why you're cancelling your subscription.
Sure.
You can't... That's just people trying to come up with a reason why they're cancelling their subscription because they don't want to admit that they haven't got the money to pay for it.
Sure.
But I don't know. It's interesting.
What Netflix have released this week is a huge list of movies, shows that are arriving throughout this summer.
Yeah.
And through the rest of the year.
There's a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. I can pick a few out.
Yeah, go for it.
But, we're not going to be suddenly have a dearth of stuff coming to the streaming service.
Pretty much every day something gets released onto Netflix.
A few big releases later this summer. So Day Shift arrives August the 12th. That stars Jamie Foxx, Dave Franco, Snoop Dogg, Scott Adkins, formerly of This Parish. Jamie Foxx stars as a hard-working blue-collar dad who just wants to provide a good life for his quick-witted daughter. But his mundane San Fernando Valley pool cleaning job is a front for his real source of income: hunting and killing vampires.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
So That sounds prime bottom of the stream if it didn't start all of his really famous people.
Yeah.
Possibly the big one for the summer is The Grey Man.
Yep.
July the 22nd, directed by the Russo brothers. It stars Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Billy Bob Thornton, Reggie Jean Page. When the CIA's most skilled mercenary, whose true identity is known to none, accidentally discovers a dark agency's secrets, a psychopathic former colleague puts a bounty on his head, setting off a global manhunt by international assassins.
Interesting.
There's the Jennifer Lopez documentary, June the 14th, halftime.
Oh, yeah, we mentioned that a few weeks ago, didn't we? I think a trap that, just going off slightly, going back to that last one that you spoke about, I think the trap Netflix have fallen into a little bit is trying to beef up a cast.
Yeah.
When it's unnecessary.
Yes.
And really try and sell a movie on the cast rather than the plot line and the story.
Yeah.
They do seem to have fallen into that trap a little bit and just get as many stars into a film as you can.
Red Notice, I know always it's my go-to for picking on.
Yeah.
But it really didn't work with those three huge stars in.
No.
There was no chemistry.
No, it wasn't.
I'd rather have a separate Rock movie and Ryan Reynolds movie and Gal Gadot movie.
You could say, I know Don't Look Up was Oscar nominated, and you could say the same thing about that. There's people in that who don't need to be in there. Those roles could have been played by anyone, like Timothée Chalamet's role in that, or Jonah Hill's role in that. Anybody could have done that. They're just literally just throwing names at the wall and seeing what sticks. And I feel like they are falling into that trap a little bit.
Yeah.
Which they have to be careful of. A movie should be able to be sold on its trailer and its poster.
Sure.
You don't need a whole massive cast list.
June the 8th, you can watch Hustle, which is Adam Sandler's latest Netflix movie.
Okay.
It is one of his proper movies. As opposed to his stupid movies, allegedly.
He loves doing proper movies.
Adam Sandler stars with Queen Latifah, Ben Foster, Robert Duvall. After discovering a once-in-a-lifetime player with a rocky past, a down-on-his-luck basketball scout takes it upon himself to bring the phenom to the United States without his team's approval. They have to one final shot to prove they have what it takes to make it to the NBA.
Cool. Sounds good.
Next one's interesting.
Yeah.
The new movie, the third movie, I believe, maybe the fourth, by director Babak Anvari.
Oh, okay.
Who you will recognise because we've talked about two of his movies.
We have.
On our show before.
Yeah.
The wonderful Under the Shadow.
Yeah.
And the abominable Wounds.
Yeah. He's not consistent on bottom of the stream, that's for sure.
His new movie is called I Came By.
Okay.
It stars Hugh Bonneville, Kelly MacDonald, among others. A rebellious young graffiti artist targets the homes of London's wealthy elite. When he discovers a dark secret about a prestigious judge, it leads him on a shocking journey, endangering himself and those closest to him.
That sounds interesting.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Interceptor arrives on June the 3rd. That's produced by Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, okay.
Mostly is a cast of unknowns, though. One army captain must use her years of tactical training and military expertise when a coordinated attack threatens the remote missile interceptor station she is in command of.
Sounds good.
The Man from Toronto.
Okay.
Kevin Hart, Woody Harrelson, Kaylee Cuoco, Ellen Barkin. A case of mistaken identity arises after a screw-up sales consultant and the world's deadliest assassin, known only as the Man from Toronto, run into each other at a holiday rental.
That sounds like it could be good fun. Kevin Hart's usually quite bankable.
Yeah. He's got a few projects in the works, I believe, with Netflix. So, yeah, I mean, there's absolutely loads. The list that I have, I'm sure we can tweet out the list.
Yeah, we'll stick it on the Discord.
Goes into much more. You've got a whole wodge of Korean movies, from all over as well. August 5th, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie.
Oh, okay, excellent.
That's including a voice cast such as Ben Schwartz, Kat Graham, and Haley Joel Osment.
Oh.
Senior Year arrives next month. That's Rebel Wilson and Alicia Silverstone's new comedy. So there's an absolute.
There's always going to be stuff coming to Netflix. That isn't stopping. That's not stopping anytime soon. And you've just got to. You've not got to be wanting to watch all the new releases. That's not what Netflix is for. You're not getting cinema release movies straight to Netflix anymore. It's not what they're doing. It's not their business model. That's what Disney Plus and Amazon are for. You've just got to find the hidden gems on Netflix, which is kind of what we do, kind of what we wanted to do from the start.
Awesome.
Yeah. Good. Well done. Any more news?
That's all the news for this week.
Excellent. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I don't think I've watched too much because it has been quite a busy couple of weeks, but I have had time to go to the cinema.
Okay.
Whole family went, and we went and watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh, excellent. I've not got to it yet, and I don't think I will now. I think it's gone off on our cinema.
Okay.
What did you think?
I had a great time.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Good as the first one?
Not quite.
Right, okay.
But it was still fun.
Yeah.
I mean, Jim Carrey is still Jim Carrey. Being completely over the top. And
what more could you want from Jim Carrey?
Having a wild time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Good.
Looks good, funny, something there for the adults in the humour. And then it's just bright and loud and fast for the kids.
I'll definitely catch it when it comes to streaming. I really enjoyed the first one.
A good tease for the third one as well at the end.
Oh, is there? Excellent. This franchise isn't going anywhere just yet then?
No, well, I think the third one, the third one was commissioned at the same time as the second one, I believe.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Banking all that hedgehog money.
It's crazy that it's taken so long to happen, isn't it? When you think, Sonic's 30-something years old now?
Exactly.
It's crazy that it's taken this long.
I mean, I think it does put quite a bit of pressure on their forthcoming Mario movie.
Yeah, definitely. That's been postponed, hasn't it?
And
I saw that this week.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but it would be. I wonder if that's sort of a back to the drawing board.
Maybe
having seen how well this is done. I don't know.
Could be. Oh. Yeah, I feel like there's more there's more lore to get from a Mario movie.
Definitely.
Sonic's just a hedgehog that can run fast.
Yeah.
There's a whole history there with Mario. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, yeah, video game movies are not usually that successful, but these ones seem to have struck a chord with some people.
They have, yeah.
Interesting.
How about you?
I've also been to the cinema.
Nice.
I went to watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, brilliant.
With Lord Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
It's incredibly good.
Good, I'm so happy.
It's really good fun. I feel like it's Nick Cage going, yeah, I know. It's basically what he's saying. He's like, yeah, I get it. I know who I am, and I agree. Because
I'm now just having fun with it.
Yeah, basically. There's a whole thing in the film where he's like, because people say, they say to him, like, the whole joke throughout the film is I'm coming back even though I've never been anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't see this job as a career. I see this job as a job. So I take the jobs and I get the money. And if the jobs are being offered are not as good as they were 20 years ago, I'm still getting paid.
Yeah.
And that's how he sees his life. And it's almost like, I mean, it's not real Nick Cage in this film. It's a very much a extreme version of Nick Cage. But I feel like it's him saying, yeah, I understand. I know who I am. Deal with it. And it's, at the same time, it's really funny.
Cool.
I was just smiling all the way through it. It's just great. I can't rave enough about it. Pedro Pascal is amazing.
He's a great actor.
He is a great actor, and he almost steals it. He's as good as Cage is in it. But when Nicolas Cage gets off with himself, it's brilliant. There's like a younger version of Nicolas Cage who's like his inner monologue.
Sure.
So he's got this younger version of himself who follows him around. It's just brilliant. It's a lot of fun. I would highly recommend it.
Good.
I've also started Better Call Saul season, whatever the hell we're on, 6.
I think it's 6.
6 and final.
Yeah.
It's been good so far. I've only seen the first 2 so far. I think the third one's out there now.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been really enjoying it.
I love that show.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're going to say, and I think we've said it before. But
I'm not 100%. I finished season 5. I need
really?
to go back and check.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it's been a lot. Again, it's been over 2 years.
I think I might have, not on purpose.
Just forgot about it.
I think I might have watched half and then just accidentally not gone back. So I need to go and check.
It's another one that's been over 2 years since the last season.
Yeah.
Not because of the pandemic.
I just got a niggle that I didn't quite get to the end.
It's the best show I've ever seen that isn't about anything and nothing happens. Because it's just people living lives.
We have definitely said this bit before. Once I put it on, I'm in all the way.
Yeah.
But I don't ever really want to watch it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So I really enjoyed those first 2 episodes. Not fussed about going to this third one, and I know I will. And when I'm watching it, it'll be great. It's 6 seasons in now, and I feel like I felt like that the whole way through.
Yeah. It's weird. I also
can't tell you anything.
Criticism.
I can't tell you anything about what's happened.
Well, at all.
Ever in it.
I really feel like I could do with a highlight package before I go back in.
You ain't getting one. That's the one thing that I'm like, that's a baller move that they've not even done like a previously on Better Call Saul.
Sure.
It just starts.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's 2 years since your last season. You need to tell me what happened. And they haven't. And I'm like, I was a little bit annoyed by it, to be fair. So I was like, first half an hour.
Isn't that on you to go and find it?
Yeah, it must be because they've decided not to.
But think how you watched. I'm going back to now, obviously, to Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Which had that snowball effect, didn't it?
Yes.
Now, I think I got on a bit earlier than some other people. I
Yeah, I did.
I think I was pretty much with it from maybe season 3 to the end. So, but I know a lot of people sort of went, oh, right, 1 to 5.
Let's just
boom. Oh, and now I'm ready for the last season. And Better Call Saul will, I'm sure it will be an unbelievable binge watch when it's all there.
That's what I feel about Better Call Saul. I feel like Better Call Saul has been made for a binge watching audience
and
not released that way.
Well.
And I feel like that's why we are with it. Because it's I think when it's all done, I might do the whole thing from the beginning of Better Call Saul to the end of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I have a theory about where we are in the timeline at the minute as well,
Okay.
and I feel like we're further forward than we think we are. But I can't really go into that without spoiling everything that's happened in Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad.
But despite all that, that is no qualms whatsoever to say it's not a
great show.
It's amazing.
It's an amazing show.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it is, and everybody in it is brilliant, and it's cast beautifully.
But it just doesn't light my fire to go, oh my god, this is out.
Yeah,
must watch that tonight.
Agreed.
So
I feel like they've got a long way to go in this season as well to get him to the point of him being
where
Saul
you
Goodman.
think it's gonna,
yeah, to the point where Kim Wexler's never mentioned in Breaking Bad.
No, exactly.
So you've got to get rid of that character completely, and make Jimmy McGill into Saul Goodman in these next 5-6 episodes left.
Something like that. Yeah.
You've got to consider you've had 6 seasons to do it. It's taken a long time. Show's called Better Call Saul. He's only just started calling himself Saul. It's like I feel like it's been treading water for a long time, but that's what Vince Gilligan does with his writing.
Sure.
But
it'll be good to see how it all comes together.
I've watched one more thing this week.
Okay.
Now, you accuse me quite often of overzealous on stuff. I'm be really overzealous on this show. Okay. Right? Okay.
No, just let me clarify.
Is it hyperbole?
Yes, but not always positively. I feel sometimes you have a bit of a sweeping brush and will say, that's the best thing I've seen since the last best thing I've seen ever.
I'm going to do it again.
And also, that's the worst thing I've seen
since the
last worst thing I've seen ever in my life.
I'm about to do it again, but for very different reasons this time. I feel like the last couple of weeks, there's been a real negative vibe in the air around Netflix in the world. And then they release a show that everybody should be raving about, and everybody is raving about. I've watched Heartstopper this week.
Oh yeah, I am aware of it. I haven't watched it.
Heartstopper could be the most important TV show of recent times. It's so beautiful. Every single episode made me cry.
Oh, really?
Every single one. And at the end of it, I was in pieces.
Have you watched the whole thing?
In a day.
Okay.
I couldn't turn it off. I was inconsolable by the end of it. It's absolutely... I don't... Do you know anything about it?
I know it's a British school show. That's literally all I know about it.
It's set in a British school. It's an LGBT show.
Yeah. About
a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old who fall in love. 2 boys. And it's beautiful.
Cool.
It's a love story. There's no mention of sex in it at all, which never happens in gay TV shows.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people have been saying it this week. A lot of people who are our age, our generation, are saying this show's really important, and if this show would have been around when I was younger, my life would have been completely different.
Right.
And they're saying that as if it's a negative thing, as if like I'm angry with the world that I didn't have this show when I was younger. I'm looking at it in a completely different way, in the fact that it's a beautiful thing that these people of this age now, 15, 16-year-olds, have got a show like this. and they have these role models now.
Okay.
And this show will change lives, and it will probably save lives. It probably already has.
Awesome.
And it's making me emotional to talk about it. It's so good. Everybody should watch it. It's a kid's show. It's aimed at teenagers. It's not aimed at me.
Cool.
But it's incredible.
It's really well done.
It's so well done. It's probably the best LGBT show ever, because there's no sexualness to it.
Yeah.
It's love. It's all about love.
Oh, brilliant.
And it's the two main guys in it are called Kit Connor and Joe Locke. They're both relative unknowns. They've both really not done anything before, and their chemistry is better than anything I think I've ever seen between anybody. It felt like they were really in love with each other. And
that's good, because we see so many.
Yeah.
Well, I just talked about Red Notice.
Exactly. There's no chemistry in that whatsoever. You could believe that these two have been in love for years.
Yeah.
And the really, really great thing about this show is that it's teenagers playing teenage roles.
Oh, so we've not got like 30-year-olds being
the oldest person who's playing a teenager is 20 in it.
Okay.
And those two are playing a year out, maybe.
Okay.
They're like 18, 17 in real life, but they're playing 15, 16. It blew my mind.
Awesome.
It's genuinely blown my mind, and I can't say enough good things about it. I haven't stopped thinking about it all week. I honestly feel like I'll probably watch it again.
I was just going to say that. Are you going to go back?
It's based on graphic novels.
Brilliant.
And apparently it's virtually word for word. And I've seen some pictures of the graphic novel compared to the sets.
Yeah.
And they're almost identical,
nice,
to the point where the bookshelves in the rooms are in exactly the same place.
Wicked.
Honestly, check it out.
Yeah, we'll do.
Honestly.
Can't not after that review.
You can't.
Awesome.
It's brilliant. And I know you accuse me of being like over the top sometimes, but...
Hey, look. If it deserves it, that's great.
It deserves it.
You just not every week.
No, fair. That's fair. But no, I feel like there's kids out there who are having their lives changed at the minute watching that show.
Well, look, that can only be a good thing.
Of course it can.
If you've got something like that can speak to you at any age, then that is.
If there'd have been shows like that when I was a kid, everything would have changed.
Yeah.
And like I said at the beginning, people are talking that in a negative way, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's a real positive that kids that age are getting that
now.
Getting that now. Anyway, feel like
awesome.
I've been thinking of a week about how I'm going to say that, and hopefully I said it all right.
I thought it was very, very eloquent.
Thank you.
And you did a very good job, and you made me want to watch it. So
there's 8 half-an-hour episodes.
You're on commission from Netflix.
I'd love to be. There's 8 half-an-hour episodes, and honestly, I did it in a day.
Awesome.
And I can't rave enough about it. Anyway, we need to move on to The Occupant because this episode's going long.
Fine. Look, we've been off for 2 weeks. Don't say we don't give you value for no money. It's all free. So.
Well, not all of it. This person who's chosen this film pays for it.
Okay.
So, as we mentioned at the beginning, every season me, Nick, and our current Patreons get to choose a wildcard. So they pick the film that we watch in that particular week. We have not a separate stream table, but whoever wins the stream table,
whoever has the highest rated wildcard movie within the stream table. I was
stumbling over my words there. Gets to pick the film that they get to pick a film.
Yeah.
That we'll then talk about. They could pick any film in the history of the world.
So this movie's just off on its own. It's not included in any of our rankings.
No, not at all.
It's just a one-off. We're between seasons.
Yep. This is actually because Sam's won the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Because he's very good at picking bottom of the stream films. And so this is the one from the previous season. Yeah. So he'll also pick another one. So we gave him the option. We said you could pick any film in the history of the world that you want us to watch, and we will watch it. We will give you our views on it.
Brilliant! With this, finally a chance for us to watch something top of the stream.
Yeah, like I thought he was going to pick like Jaws,
Jurassic Park,
Back to the Future,
a Stone Cold classic.
What he's picked is a Spanish Netflix original, which feels like it should be on the long list, and was probably a miscalculation by us that it wasn't on the long list. It's very much a bottom of the stream film.
To be fair to Sam, I can kind of
100%.
understand his reasoning.
Yes.
Because we, on this show, when we have had the randomizer deliver to us a Spanish movie, historically they've done very, very well. And
absolutely.
They've been very good.
I think the best film we've ever watched is a Spanish movie.
Yeah, I know you do.
I still think Mirage is the best film we've ever seen on the show.
It's a great movie.
It is.
I think that's only the second best Spanish movie we've seen.
Oh, really?
Because I personally Spanishly speaking, prefer the blacksmith and the devil.
Yeah, that's Basque. But
Oh, right, okay.
No, yeah, I agree. That's right there as well. Invisible Guest, that finished like what, second or third in the stream table season 5.
Yeah.
So we have very high success rates with Spanish films. Sam's picked a film called The Occupant. The Occupant was released in 2020. It's a 15. It runs for 1 hour and 43 minutes, and is currently rated at 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb. 6.4. Thoughts?
I mean, certainly that is in line with the higher end of the movie that we would tend to crop up against on this show.
Do you think it fits for this movie?
I felt that this wasn't a very cinematic movie.
I'd agree with that. Let me go through the cast and then we'll get into the movie.
Sure.
We're not going to do like a full 40 minutes on it.
No.
Don't worry. You've not got like a 120-minute podcast. But we're just going to. It's basically what we're going to do is not break it down scene by scene. We're just going to do the bit that we would normally do at the end. This film stars Javier Gutierrez. He plays a character called Javier. Do you recognise him?
I kind of did.
Have you seen?
But I just thought he looks like someone else rather than someone
fair.
that I know.
Have you seen the Assassin's Creed movie?
No.
Good. It's shit. Don't watch it. But he's in that.
I thought he looked like Teabag out of
that's not
Prison
a bad shout. Yeah, he does a little bit out of Prison Break. Yeah. No, that's a great shout. He's also in another Netflix original, which is another Spanish film called Below Zero.
Okay.
Which is possibly going to end up on our long list because it looks quite good. Also stars Mario Casas. He plays a character called Thomas.
I do recognise this chap.
This chap's been in another one of the films that we've done.
Yeah.
He was in The Invisible Guest. He was the main character in The Invisible Guest.
He was very good in it.
He was very good in it. It's a very good film. If you've not seen The Invisible Guest, check that out. Written and directed by a set of brothers, David and Alex Pastor. They have done lots and lots of Spanish films together, but none that we've ever done before.
Okay.
And none that I really heard of. But yeah, they're a directing duo, brother duo. This film had a cinema release in Argentina.
Good.
Do you want to know its worldwide gross?
Yes, I would love to.
$1,845.
Ooh.
But it only had one country.
Yeah.
And presumably one showing. But yeah, it had, for some
I
reason...
hope those people had a really good time.
So do I. Better than I did. Do you have a one-word review of it?
Meh.
Yeah, that'd be exactly mine as well. I just thought it was a little bit meh.
This, I maybe it's partly my fault. I'm going in with pretty high hopes.
Yeah.
Because of all those reasons we've just listed.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And honestly, it was really TV movie of the week for me.
Yeah, it was.
Oh God, I'm going to go in hard, fast.
That's how I like it.
I thought Javier, who played Javier, not very good.
I agree. I think we're going to agree a lot on this. I thought he was... I'd go further than that. I thought he was pretty wooden. Yeah. Pretty boring.
And I didn't buy him as a bad guy doing all these things.
No.
Basically stealing this guy's life.
Yeah, I guess we need to give a synopsis because we're not going to break it down scene by scene. So I guess we kind of need to say what it was about. Do you want me to read the tagline, the synopsis?
You can do if you want to.
Javier Munoz, once a successful executive, makes a fateful decision to leave his home, which he and his family can no longer afford. Oh, and that's it. That's not it. That's the synopsis. So basically...
He's an advertising executive.
Yeah,
who was formerly very successful.
Yeah.
And then we meet him trying to get a job.
He's on the downward spiral of his career.
Yeah, and all these young, trendy people who sit on beanbags in offices are like, dude,
no. You're too old. You were great. You're my inspiration, one guy says, but you're past it now. So he ends up having to give up the beautiful apartment that he lives in.
They moved to their second apartment in like the downtrodden area of
so
Barcelona.
Him and his family move out. And then
he kind of unravels, but you don't see any of it.
No.
And it's like, I know it's really clinical of this guy slowly worming his way into the life of the family who have moved into their old apartment.
Yeah. So he basically moves himself back into his old apartment.
Yeah.
Over the course of the rest of the film.
But you never see the guy unravel.
No.
Because he's really just this is my project. So he's detached, isn't it?
Completely.
And it didn't, because he's detached, it didn't attach me to this movie.
It felt really disjointed because it was like, well, why is this guy doing this? Has he lost his mind suddenly, or? Yeah. But none of that happened.
No, he was just right, clinical. Right, I want that guy's life. I'm going to eventually move in on his wife and his kid. And
he started off wanting the apartment back, so he's like, well, I can get the guy out of the way. I'll just take his wife and his kid. Yeah. And then by the end of the film, he does.
And he just leaves his own wife and kid.
Yeah, he leaves his own wife and kid.
No, he doesn't even like argue.
No,
It's
his
just,
missus didn't even
there's
seem
no
that bothered.
build up there, is
No,
there?
his missus didn't seem that
There's
bothered.
no emotional investment in this movie, and that just I'm sat there just as detached as this performance.
I agree. It's all very clinical, and it's like this happened, and this happened, and this happened. And
I don't think anyone would act like this. No one is as upset as they should be.
yeah,
Until the very end when he kills
the husband.
Thomas's character,
yeah.
And then
The way he killed Thomas was really clever, and the way he got back in and got in with his wife and his daughter, and eventually is successful in his mission at the end, was really clever. But I didn't care enough by that point.
This film was also its own undoing, because every day Javier goes back to his old flat, and he's still got like the garage fob, hasn't he? So he lets himself into the underground car park, and he's still got his, for some reason he's still got his key, so he goes up in the lift.
The cleaner threw it at him when he sacked her.
Oh, of course he did, yeah. And he never, but there's one time that he nearly runs into another person out the flat.
Yeah.
And he hides in the lift.
Yeah.
Which was a stupid scene.
It really
lift doors are open.
The lift doors are open. He's hiding behind the control panel.
It just relies on the woman not coming in because she's been distracted by someone else. And I actually wrote in my notes at that point, well, that just shows how ridiculous the premise of this is.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Because there was a neighbour across the hallway who had a massive dog.
Yeah.
Who he almost got caught by a couple of times, so he kills the dog. And it's like,
it's a huge apartment block, and it's like, well, yeah, this is stupid that he's never been seen.
Yeah.
He's not a spy.
And then he does get seen
by the gardener,
who turns out to be a paedophile.
Yeah.
Creepy weirdo. And so he sets him on fire somehow.
Oh yeah, because Javier is also like a mechanic who knows how to rig up
he rigs up his petrol powered leaf blower to explode all over him and set him on fire.
He's like in the A-team as well.
Because he makes him steal kids' underwear and all.
Yeah, the guy's like, I won't tell the new tenant that you're letting yourself in if you get me his.
But it didn't feel believable either that the gardener really got what was going on very quickly from very little information.
Yeah,
he saw Javier was at the apartment block and jumped to what turned out to be the correct conclusion, but from just seeing him there.
Yeah,
there was no like. It felt very like. Oh, you've just. It
didn't feel like a real conversation, did it? When he approached him in the garden and he said, "Oh, Mr. whatever your name is, why are you back?" And he says, "Oh, I'm here to collect some mail."
Yeah.
And then the gardener goes straight to, "Wow."
He
starts interrogating.
I feel like you're moving back in and stealing this guy's wife. And it's like, where did you get that? What? How have you jumped to that conclusion so quickly? And yeah, it certainly isn't the best Spanish film we've watched. I think I'd go as far as to say it's probably the worst.
It wasted Mario Casas as well, didn't it?
Yeah, completely. Because he's just barely in it. And
as the victim, Thomas. Yeah.
So the main guy that we're following is the bad guy, which is always a difficult thing to get right in a film. If you're following the antagonist, or the protagonist, what's the word? Which one's the bad one?
The antagonist.
If you're following the antagonist in a film, it's always difficult to get right. Because you can't, you've got to stop the audience.
There's no Dexter to this.
No, you've got to stop the audience sympathising with him, but I also have him sympathise with him a little bit. Whereas with this, I didn't care either way. I was not bothered.
The actions that Javier takes in this are extremely disproportionate to the barriers that he suffered in life.
Yeah. He just wanted his flat back, so he killed this guy.
Yeah.
Ruined this guy's life and killed him.
Stole his wife.
Just to get his apartment back.
Killed the gardener.
And
left his wife
just because he wanted to live with his
in his own flat. His kid, because he's got a fat kid.
Yeah. He had got a fat kid. And his wife wasn't that great. But no, I didn't get any commentary from Sam. Maybe we'll get some in time for next week's Wave. But I'd be interested to know what he thought of this and why he's picked this for us, because I'm assuming he enjoyed it, as he wouldn't have picked it. So,
so I don't know if Sam picked this without seeing it, which...
No, I think he has seen it.
Okay.
I got the impression that he had. I might be wrong. Let us know, Sam, either way. I'd be interested to know your thoughts on it, because I feel like... I bet it isn't... It's bad. But it isn't... We've shit on
it's
it
not
quite
woeful.
A lot. It's not the worst film we've ever seen. By
but it's just a TV drama movie.
Yeah.
It feels like this is,
There's nothing special there, is there?
You know, ITV would do this starring Robson Green.
Yeah.
And no one would remember it in...
Robson Green.
A week.
Yeah, it's a mid-table, stream table movie. at best.
Yeah.
Some stream tables, it's probably even lower than mid-table.
Also, again, this might be my fault. I was waiting for the twist in the last couple of scenes, and
I agree, and there wasn't one. He just won. He just won. Yeah, he was successful. He got rid of the guy and took his family.
Yeah.
The end.
Is it a twist if there's no... Is that the twist? There's no twist?
The twist is there's no twist.
Yeah.
Oh, it's double meta. Maybe. But no, I thought it was...
But why am I spending an hour and 3/4 following this guy that I'm not rooting for? Because you're not giving me anything to root for.
Yeah.
And he's not... not even in a bad guy way, like, oh, fucking hell, this guy's cool.
Yeah.
There's
He's just a nerdy, older, middle-aged guy, wasn't he?
Yeah. And he doesn't get to do any acting.
No.
Because of that detachment and... You know, he doesn't even... There's a whole... They even make a point about when he leaves his wife. And he says... He just walks out and she says, why are you not coming back? He says, I might come back in a few days. What, would you rather we had a screaming argument about it? And so they've actually made that decision to...
Yeah, to make him detached like that.
And it doesn't work for me.
No, it didn't work for me either. I thought it was... I was glad when it finished.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry,
Sam.
That was disappointing. It was a disappointment.
It was disappointment. I feel like Sam's gone... oh, that's a massive magpie out the window. Sorry. What size is that? I feel like Sam's picked this film for us to talk about and we've just shit all over it, and I apologise for that, but pick a better one for your next one.
I think if this comes at you as a total surprise, I do wonder how much of it is down to me having high expectations.
Maybe.
But I don't think it was just bang average.
Did you watch the dub or the subtitles?
I started off subtitles and I changed.
Same. I started with the dub and then I was like, why am I watching the dub? I'm not making notes. So I watched the subtitles and it didn't really make any difference, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry, Sam. It's shit. Better luck next time. It's not shit. It's
prizes.
It's meh.
We sat and watched it.
Yeah, we sat and watched it and we talked about it for 10, 15 minutes.
All I would say is, you know, with our experience, there are much better.
They're better Spanish. Come on, if you're thinking, well, I might put the Occupant on.
Films to watch.
I might put the Occupant on. Put Mirage on instead.
Yeah.
Or the Invisible Guest.
Or
Elementary.
And the Devil. And also there are. We'll see how Robin the Randomizer does for us as we go into season 7.
Yeah.
But there are a few more Spanish movies.
There are indeed
on the long list.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the end of that.
Yeah.
So Sam gets to pick. We'll do another one at some point. We probably won't wait a whole season this time.
No,
we'll do you another one.
We'll squeeze it in on a wave at some point.
Yeah, or we might even do a special bonus one week. What's happening on Thursday, Nick?
On Thursday, it is the annual BOTScars award ceremony.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm so excited. I love recording the BOTScars episodes.
Every time around this time of year, because our stream tables, obviously, each season is 25 movies long.
Yeah.
So it works out annually.
Yep. So 2 seasons get covered by one BOTScars ceremony.
Yeah. So it will be covering season 5 and season 6 of this show.
Yep. We'll recap some of the films that we've watched. We'll talk about most of the films in the last season, and then we'll give out 8 or 10 awards.
Yeah.
Induct a couple more people into the Captain's Gallery,
which is our Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I'm really excited.
I love recording the wave. I love recording the wave. I just do. But I also love recording the BOTScars. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with that one. So
that'll be right here on this feed on Thursday.
It will indeed.
And then next week,
yep,
we will be back with the wave,
the normal wave.
And then
we've got a few changes made to the wave over the next few weeks, which is quite exciting. We've got some announcements to make.
Slowly slipping in over the next couple of weeks. And then after that, we're back, season 7.
Yeah. So at the end of the BOTScars ceremony, we'll pick the film that we're going to watch for season 7.
Yeah.
So that's...
Oh, it's all kicking off.
It's exciting times. It's the start for another exciting season. I love the start of the season because you don't know what's coming.
No.
You could have a load of shit or you could have a load of great films. And we're going to find some great films on that. Whatever happens, we're going to find some great films.
At least one. Out of 25. Surely the average is...
I would hope so. Imagine if we had a terrible season. It was a terrible film. Wow. Like season 5 was. So yeah, let's get out of here, shall we? And we'll go and record some BOTScars. Get your tux on.
It's on.
Cool. Right, we'll see you on Thursday.
Cheers.
Bye.